Hello everyone, I'm Trey Rich and you're watching The Buzz. On today's show we have Shaggy to talk about his new Christmas album. Then we have epic recording artist Evangelia in our artist spotlight. Then we have Rubin to talk about his standout performance on The Voice. And for you dog lovers, we have details for the National Dog Show on NBC this Thanksgiving. So if you think you're not going to enjoy this show, you're barking up the wrong tree. Kashima, come here. Let's start the show. Ha ha, yes. Ah, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Hey, everybody, this is Shaggy, and let's get buzzed.
It's that time of year, the holidays are here, and everyone is dropping their Christmas albums to make you feel warm and fuzzy. But nothing feels more warm and fuzzy than Christmas in the Islands, and no one is better suited to give us these holiday feels than Shaggy. Ray got a chance to talk to him and get all the details. Let's take a look.
Did the right time, on the rock, feel the vibe, sipping my tie. With the road every night, pepper light bright, make a flex, now me ride, I can be your tour guide. Jamaica Christmas, everything nice. Fried chicken, curry gravy with the white rice. Jalla bubble body, ever look tight. Pure light goes up in the sky.
So, of course, today we are talking about a new project that you're working on that you have coming out on November 20th, and that is for Christmas. So tell me a little bit about that.
It's, Christmas in the Islands is the name of the album, and it's an idea I got from before when I don't know if you remember last year we did a Christmas, some Christmas special with Sting. And we did a couple of reggae songs in Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Drummer Boy, Jamaican Drummer Boy, and altered a couple of songs. Christmas is Coming with me and Sting, and we shot it, and part of it was done on Christmas Day, I think, and another part was done on Thanksgiving. I think it was. That was one of it. But, we're doing these Christmas carols and in reggae, and we're in the trailer, and Sting and I came up with this whole idea of just doing, maybe we do a reggae Christmas album. And we just kind of played with the idea back and forth, and we ended up being stuck in the pandemic in separate places. He was in England and I was in New York, and I just started it because I had all this time on my hand, and I figured that pandemic would have been over quick enough, and I would have written these songs, and I would meet up with him, and we'll sit down and go through them. But it just kept going, and so I just kept going also, and just changed it to a Jamaican experience. And then after a while, he's like, "Well, I can't tell you about Christmas in Jamaica. I don't live there." So it just ended up being a Shaggy album, and I just went ahead and got some great people like Bone Tequila and Beanie Man, who are icons in the game. Shenseea is one of the new sensations, along with Omi, who had great international success with Cheerleader. I had Sanchez, who is classic, one drop Lovers Rock singer. I went for some guest people like Neo, who's always in Jamaica. And of course, Ding Dong is on fire now in Jamaica. Everybody loves him, and he keeps the spirits high. And then, of course, I went ahead and got Joss Stone, who's won a Grammy for the best reggae album and has always been in Jamaica and just really loves being there for Christmas and all that. And I just wanted them to have to just kind of express their experiences in songs on this album, and it just turned out to be a really great project. We put the first track out, which is Ragama for Christmas with Bone Tequila and Junior Reid, and I know everybody was kind of shouting, "Hold on, Bone Tequila and Junior Reid, I thought about Christmas." But the track was great and well received, and it's just been fun so far.
So in that, when artists tend to do Christmas albums, they tend to kind of stick to redoing the same carols that we've heard. But we know Jamaicans don't stick to doing anything the way that that they have traditionally been told to.
Not in our nature.
At all. So what is the vibe? You mentioned the first one is, just Junior Reid and Bone Tequila on Christmas, which is, who thinks of that? So what is the vibe of a lot of the songs? You have Shenseea on Christmas, you have Omi on Christmas. What's the vibe you're giving us?
The thing for me is, as a kid, I've always realized that people always come home for Christmas. There would be returning Jamaicans coming from from foreign, and them always coming at Christmas time, and you'll always realize that tourists will always try to come to Jamaica at that time to have Christmas down there because it's warm. And our Christmas in Jamaica is different from a regular, Christmas with them sleigh bells and snow. It's beach, grand market, food, parties after parties after parties after parties, and I just wanted to tap into that. I said, wouldn't it be great for us to have a body of songs that really catered to the style of how we would do it in Jamaica. And, I did 2 traditional songs on there, Have Yourself a Merry Christmas and I'll Be Home for Christmas. But I did them reggae, just straight up reggae, just to catch a vibe on them. And those seem to be coming over well. Most of the television we're doing, a lot of them want those, but it adds to that roller coaster ride, your feeling of party, chill music, listening music, mood music, all in one package, and I just thought, that was something it was time. We're in a pandemic. My thing about the whole pandemic was not to make any sad music, because everybody was already so depressed and looking at things. So when we did Banana, and that was such a big hit for us, and everybody, what I liked about Banana was just that everybody was smiling, black, white, young, old, straight, gay, everybody was just having a great time.
Challenge.
Right, and doing that dance, and it made me feel a sense of purpose. It gave me just a real good vibe, and I wanted to spread that on this record also, where it's Christmas, and a lot of us say, what is a COVID Christmas going to look like? And if I could do anything to lighten it up by creating these songs that make you feel like you want to be on an island somewhere, lighten up the trees, why not? So my process and my outview of writing has changed, to a point. What I do in writing for a Christmas album, you kind of look for these points that are going to be relatable to people, and there's only so much things you can write. Once you write about mistletoe, and you write about rum cake, and you write about rum, and you write about weed, and you write about the beach, and then you write about presents, and you write about mistletoe, and after that, you got to spread that out over 12, 15 songs to make it make sense. You got to capture that holiday spirit with these little trinkets of things that brings you to a Christmas theme, so to speak. And that was what I had to do. And I ended up the songs ended up just flowing really cool, because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be reggae, but also hybrid and also crossover. And, I wanted an element of everything on there, but I still needed to be authentic to Jamaica and dancehall and reggae.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this. First of all, I saw the lineup of the songs, and I saw the collaborations and the artists, and just like all of that. And so
you haven't heard it yet? You should.
No, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it, but I'm ready.
Good. Yeah. All right. Enjoy. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
All right. Likewise. Take care.
Right.
Christmas in the Islands is out now on all streaming platforms. Don't go anywhere, because we have Carter Rubin up next. "14-year-old Carter Rubin caught the attention of John Legend and Gwen Stefani during his audition for The Voice. Now, in the battle rounds and a member of Team Gwen, Carter is moving on to the knockouts. We got a chance to talk to now 15-year-old Carter to give us all the details about his experience. Let's take a look.
I'm Carter Rubin. I'm 15 now. I am from Long Island, New York, and this is what I love to do. I love singing, I love performing, and it's such a blessing to be in the position that I am right now, and I could not be more grateful.
Maybe our case will never know. You know.
Well, I've always wanted to be on a show like The Voice, because there's nothing else like it. It's such a great opportunity for you to, get your name out there and touch people with your music and your voice. And that's something I've always wanted to do. I went to an audition back in Boston in early 2020 before COVID hit, and it kind of kept just advancing from there, and I actually got to this position, which is so crazy, but I'm obviously super happy with the way everything turned out. I'm just super grateful. It's definitely super intimidating because you know that there are these 4 mega music stars that everyone's heard of, and all you're performing to is the backs of their chairs. And there's no audience, only a virtual audience this time around. So it was definitely super intimidating. Like backstage, you would not believe how nervous I was. Literally, my legs were shaking. But I had to remember that, you know, I'm here for a reason, and I have to just show them what I'm capable of. And luckily it worked out because John turned his chair, Gwen turned her chair, and it was such a surreal moment. I think I kind of blacked out because, you know, there's so many nerves, but a lot of just gratitude and happiness. Just so many, like, it was a whirlwind of emotions for sure. When I was flown out over the summer, I kind of knew what to expect because that was during, like, that was COVID times with, like, a lot of, you know, social distancing and masks, and a lot of protocols were in place. And I knew that it would be different from other seasons in the past, but we were still able to make it amazing. The voice crew and production, they did an amazing job of making sure that we were all healthy and safe, and we were still able to do what we came to do.
Is there any fear of voice changing for you?
Well, I'm pretty prepared because I know that part will come soon. I'm kind of getting there now. My voice, believe it or not, actually used to be a lot higher.
Wow.
So it's kind of getting there. So I think I'm adapting pretty well, and I think I will adapt because I definitely work hard at it, making sure that whether it's my higher register or my low register, that I'm using my voice the right way and using it at a healthy amount. So I've definitely prepared myself. I think my favorite songs to sing are songs that I relate to and songs that I can use to kind of get a message across. Also, I love some of the, like, easy pop songs that are released today. Like, that's my favorite genre to sing. All of that, like the songs on the radio, and also just songs that I can really get my message across with, like my blind audition song, Before You Go. That might have a different meaning for everyone. For me, it's about not missing the chance to be there for someone. And then my battle song, Like I'm Gonna Lose You, that song I was thinking about my family, because the song really makes you think about how you never want to take anyone or anything for granted because tomorrow's not promised. So you have to love the people in your life like you're gonna lose them.
You being the youngest, how are some of the other contestants taken to you, or you've taken to them?
It really is a family. I feel like we have gotten so close in the very short time that we've known each other. Especially like me and the other minors that you've seen. We all have like a group chat. We're all hanging out all the time. They're such great people to be around, and they're all so talented. And also the older people are such great role models, like for me to look up to. Everyone there is just so talented, and they've all been so nice to me. It's really like a family, and I know everyone says that, but it's so true. My Instagram and Twitter is Carter J. Rubin. So that's where you can kind of follow me and see what I'm up to, and just keep tuning into The Voice. I'm headed to knockouts now, and just keep following my journey and see where it takes me. You know, people have been so supportive. You could also download the Voice app and play along during the episode airing time. And yeah. Hi, my name's Carter Rubin, and you've just been buzzed.
The Voice is on Monday and Tuesdays on NBC. Check your local listings. Do not go anywhere. We have epic recording artist Evangelia in our Artist Spotlight.
I never thought I could move, but I
Evangelia recently released her new single Fotia, and we have her in the studio to talk about her new music, her Greek background, and what's next for her. Let's take a look.
It is definitely a very interesting time to be an artist. I hope that in the relatively not too far away future, shows will be a thing again, because I really can't wait to perform and meet people in person and feel that energy. I really, really miss that. But I will definitely be writing and recording new music and getting things ready, creating visuals for people to see, and yeah, the new year definitely has a lot of new music in store, and I'm really, really excited about it. Hi, I'm Evangelia, and you're watching the Buzz Artist Spotlight.
Bummer, bummer.
Music has always been a dream of mine. I always loved singing, and I had a lot of heart-to-heart conversations with friends and with family, and ultimately came to the conclusion that it was the universe giving me that push that I needed to really go for it. I no longer live the double life of teacher by day and musician by night. So once I did that, everything kind of started falling into place.
Is it the way you speak, the way that you look at me? How'd you get my attention? It's not what I'm looking for, just 'cause we're on the floor. Don't get the wrong impression.
So the latest single is called Fotia, and it means fire in Greek. And to me, Fotia is about passion and following your dreams and whatever it is that you're passionate about, whether it's a romantic love or doing what you love. Because for me, it's really about both. We actually wrote the song the day after I signed my record deal in Berlin. And we wrote it with this awesome producer, Alexis Troy, who also happens to be half Greek. So there was this incredible synergy in the room. And it was a huge milestone moment for me, because a year before that, I was only dreaming of being in that position. So Fotia really represents like my relationship and letting go and falling in love with Jay, but also in letting go of control and just giving into faith of my life and following my dream in music. To me, you know, I've been writing and recording music for a while, but it wasn't until I started incorporating my cultural roots that it really felt true and real for me personally. So I'm looking forward to exploring that and to continue to incorporate it in whatever way I can, start bringing in new instruments. There's so many different ways to do it, and it's really, really exciting to me. So I'm really looking forward to keep bringing in some of that cultural Greek flavor to the music. Well, the first video for Pame Pame, I really wanted to show people where my cultural roots come from. So I thought, and then we shot the video pre-COVID, the summer before the world ended, basically. We went to Greece, my brother got married, then I hopped over to Crete, which is the island where I'm from, and we filmed the music video in my grandmother's farmhouse that I grew up in, and also threw a party in the village and invited all these real people from my life to just have a good time and to dance and to show what the Greek culture is all about. It was people from young to old, just all together being happy and enjoying and living life. So for me, it was really important that my first single really showed where I'm from, so that as I keep developing and growing my sound, you could always go back to that and be like, oh, that's where this comes from. So new fans can follow me on Instagram at Evangelia, Evangelia. And then on everything else, I'm at Evangelia Music. But Instagram, we got the one name. Hi, my name is Evangelia, and you've just been buzzed.
Fotia is out now on all streaming platforms, so please don't forget to go check it out. Up next, we have John O'Hurley and David Frey to give us details on this year's National Dog Show. Thanksgiving Day, after you watch the parade and before all the football games, don't forget to check out the National Dog Show, hosted by John O'Hurley and David Frey. NBC Sports correspondent Mary Carrillo will also offer her insights during the telecast. Over 175 breeds and varieties sanctioned by the AKC will compete for the coveted Best in Show title. Let's take a look.
Well, it's an unusual show in that it's in that perfect 2-hour slot on Thanksgiving Day. I regard it as one of the perfect pieces of television programming in history. Following the parade and right before football, the family is gathered together, and somehow we seem to find an audience of 25 million plus every year with this wonderful thing celebrating the fact of how much we love our dogs. It's been, we're 19 years in, so it's become something of a holiday tradition that we're very, very proud of. And it's been fun to watch it grow. And it just celebrates the rich history of dog breeds in our country.
With the different breeds, like we're seeing more and more of these boutique type of breeds and these crossbreedings. Are those ever going to be let into the forum, or are we still going to keep it as pure as possible?
Well, remember, there are a number of purebred dogs, breeds that started out as a cross between something, as somebody was trying to find a dog that could both herd and hunt or whatever. And once those traits get fixed, then you have a chance to make it a purebred dog. But the question is always about golden doodles. And I say, as long as you're breeding a golden to a poodle and to get a golden doodle, that's never going to be a purebred dog. They've got to have, all their traits need to be fixed. They need to all look the same as they come out. I've never met a golden doodle that didn't have the greatest temperament and personality. And of course, with those two breeds, I don't mean to single them out, but with those two breeds, yeah, you're going to get great temperaments and personalities, but they're all going to look a little bit different. And for us to be able to judge them in a dog show, they've got to have some consistency and got to be able to fit the description of that dog. So how tall should it be? What kind of coat should it have? What should its eyes look like, and things like that. So
as well as the function of the dog, it has to have some sort of a historical function rather than just the convenience of putting two dogs together.
Pick who you like. There's the Siberian. Here's the golden.
Will it be the golden?
We'll be drinking Jack Daniels tonight. There's the Pharaoh, Maddie. The Old English Sheepdog, Sophia.
All right, who's your pick, David?
I'm going to stick with Bono. I love Bono. Beautiful dog.
I always pray for rain. I'm going for the golden.
Let's see what happens. Great lineup.
And the best in show tonight is the Bulldog.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, nobody more surprised than Eduardo Paris, the handler. Oh, we'll be back in just a moment. Mary will have the winner.
John, when you host the show and put it on, you have a different appeal in the way you do it versus like the Westminster crew and everything else. Was that on purpose, or that's just you and you added what you needed to add to it?
Well, I try to be, to try and take it and kind of look at it as every man would, or every man, not to be sexist there, but every man, how you would look at a dog show. I try to ask David the questions that I think everybody wants to know. I try to take a humorous spin on it. It's very difficult for me not to be funny. I find something funny in everything, and so I try to bring that to the show. The show is obviously culled down from 7 hours of actual showtime to the best 2 hours that we can put. So we don't get a chance to show all the dogs. It doesn't have the that kind of sober quality that Westminster has. I think it has a little bit more of a celebratory style to it. So and that seems to, I think, work very, very well for the fact that it's fitting in a 2-hour slot on Thanksgiving Day, which is the great family day of the world.
I did Westminster, remember, for 27 years. So there was some overlap with the dog show, and they are very different in terms of what we put on the television. And I think that's a good thing. There goes your dog. I see him.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see watching you over there.
That's what happens with our dogs that are watching the show on TV. John, tell them your story about the dog that you've got.
Well, a couple of funny stories, but I love the fact that we'll get videos of dogs watching the National Dog Show on television, and one in particular, the video of the dog leaping off the couch, running around to the back of the television to see where the actual dogs are. And then there was the year where they have a picture of my dog actually standing up with the paws on the TV, looking at me on the television. Always following the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from 12 until 2, as we say, football, or dogs until 2, and then football. We like to reserve that 2 hours on the remote control for everybody in the country, whether you're 4 or you're 94, to have something that the entire family can watch. And that's what we've been bringing to the screen for the last 19 years. Great to talk about.
That's all we have. Special thanks to John O'Hurley, David Frey, Evangelia, Carter Rubin, and Mr. Lover Lover himself, Shaggy. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at Buzz_Access. Happy lockdown Thanksgiving, everyone. Please wear your masks, wash your hands, and be nice to everyone. But don't share your fork. I'm Trey Rich. Love and light to you all.
That's forked up.
Holiday the right time. On the rock, feel the vibe, sipping my tie. With the road every night, pepper light bright. Make a flex, now me ride, I can be your tour guide. Jamaica Christmas, everything nice. Fried chicken, curry gravy with the white rice. Jalla bubble body, ever look tight. Pure light goes up in the sky.
Tell me what you want for Christmas. Baby, what you want for Christmas. Sit on me like we are wishes.
For more stories and extended clips, go to theBuzzAllAccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.